I want to touch on something that I found out throughout the weekend that I'm very, very stoked on.
Yeah.
I have my first haters.
Oh yeah.
Mmm.
Gotta love haters, dude.
Stoked. Damn it! I thought it was recording. Yeah, I'm recording now. That was such a good bit.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Oh well, it's all good. We got lots of good shit coming in our noggins anyway.
Yeah, honestly, we were probably gonna offend a bunch of people in that last bit, so.
Yeah, but that's all. That's what it's all about. Offending fucking people. This podcast should be offending the middle-aged. I don't even know. Anyway. Alright guys,
yeah, so
welcome back to the Dropouts. We dropped out of content, so you don't have to. We just spent the last 30 minutes like rambling on shit, and we weren't recording, so okay.
Yeah, so to catch up from Cameron's perspective only.
Let me make sure this frame is not that shit.
I'm here.
Yo, what the fuck is good?
I ate a burrito with Taco Bell hot sauce, and we talked about semi-offensive things.
Like, fuck my parents. You don't give a fuck about my Coachella dreams. I'm gonna go live with my boyfriend. Like, fucking bitch, dude. Yeah, bunch of useless shit, but it's just funny. Shooting the shit is what it's all about. Alright.
But yeah.
What are we talking about? So, you want to go straight into the title or start talking about shit?
I want to touch on something that I found out throughout the weekend that I'm very, very stoked on.
Yeah.
And this is, we were talking about in a little bit about, you know, if we piss you guys off, please comment so it helps us in the algorithm. But I have my first haters.
Oh yeah.
Mmm.
Gotta love haters, dude.
Stoked. No, it literally cheered me up for the next 24 hours just thinking about it. I was like, about damn time they're hating on me.
About damn time they're
Best
hating
part,
on me.
it's all my competition in my industry. All the other dudes who are doing video in the motorcycle road racing industry were talking shit about me. And I'm like, because I'm not talking about them. They're talking about me. And that's what I want, you know? Yeah. I'm not putting any effort thinking about them. In turn, I'm thinking about how to grow my business, how to grow my socials, you know, my image, how to elevate my editing game.
Wait, how old
I'm thinking
are
about
these
how to
people?
make more connections. I don't know. I think one's like mid-30s, the other one's probably
what?
Mid to late 30s.
I'm about to wear a snapback on this one. We getting serious.
Oh.
Let's go! No, like, well, how you mid-30s talking about a fucking 20-year-old? Like, yeah, fuck this kid.
Yeah.
Like, you're
No,
such
and
a
I was
fucking
probably 19
pussy,
at the
dude.
time.
Like, what?
No, because it was also before before my client hired me. So this was like when I was 19 that they were probably said that stuff.
Fuck?
Which I find hilarious.
Yeah.
Bro, like what?
Yeah. Like what? Why? Like what's the? Like yeah, sure. Like this is my perspective on talking shit. Like yeah, it's fun to talk shit. Talking shit is great. Like you should only talk shit if you're gonna say it to their face, and also if you're not gonna say it to their face, don't post it on social media. You know, like if you're gonna like, you know, if like you should like talk shit like with your friends in a group chat. Like sure, that's fine. Like do whatever the fuck you want. Like if you really want to talk shit, but like saying it in like comments and shit, it's just like dude, like you just look like a dumbass. Like like I don't know.
Well, so
that's my thing.
So here's the other thing is, well, first of all, they didn't post it on social media. So
how did you hear about it?
I'm trying to figure. I heard it from a client.
They just
because
said they
we were
saying
talking
bad
about
stuff. Like what were they saying about you?
So here's how I broke it down. My client
what were they saying about you, bro? What are they saying about you? Squirrel!
Oh, it's stressful. Oh my god. Dude,
this snapback changed me, dog.
My AirPod is like, just like static out.
Dude, I'm about to look so bunk with. I haven't even like shaved in like a few days. Like this is about to be bunk as fuck. Alright, oh well. Yeah, so yeah, carry on my bad.
wait, hold up one sec.
Because I'm not recording it.
No, I'm recording.
Do I have battery on my phone?
Yeah, I am.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
I just had to double check. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know when he was born. I'm stalking him right now. One of the guys who's talking shit.
Yeah.
He moved to San Pedro, California in 1978.
Oh my god. I wasn't even fucking a thought in my parents' mind in 1988. Fucking, what was it? 78 or 87 or something?
78.
Oh my god, yeah.
And then...
Not that old, but I'm saying like for... But dude, the new 30s, dude, I feel like is the new 20s.
And then the other dude who was supposedly talking shit is my fence.
But what did they say though?
Nothing.
I don't care about who it is. I just want to know what they said. Like, oh, this guy's videography
No, I'm
is
gonna get to that in a sec. I'm gonna get to that in a sec. I gotta figure out when he was born. It doesn't say anything, but I'm assuming he's like 30s.
Yeah.
So 30s, 40s. So my client hired a mechanic from England, and obviously I'm trying to go to Europe full time next year. So I'm like trying to get a sense of what's going on, and so I was telling him that I'm like going to a race in Europe at the end of the year. He's like, just know that when you go, all of the Spanish and Italian photographers and people will see you coming from a mile away. And you gotta be fucking ready, because they're gonna come up and they're gonna interrogate you, and they're gonna ask you thousands of questions and wanna know exactly who you're doing, what you're doing there, why you're doing it, because I'm essentially stealing business from them.
I know, dude. I want to know. I want to hear a British person like talk shit like, "What the fuck you doing here, bruv? Like, get the fuck out of my woods, mate."
No, these are like Spanish and Italian dudes. I'm worried they'd be like talking shit in Spanish behind my back. No, I can't.
I can't do any accent, but I try.
No, I can't do accents either. But so I was like, it's okay. I prepare myself to go shoot sports cars, and it's even worse there. And so then my client walks up and is like, "Oh, he's already got a bunch of haters in Moto America." I'm like, "I do." Like, tell me more.
Yeah.
And so apparently both the guys were like, "Oh, he's just, throwing out bangers and stuff." I'm like, "Hell yes, I am." Glad you've been seeing my work and keeping an eye on me.
Yeah.
So.
That's all he said. Like I don't know.
That's all I got. I didn't ask too much. I was just more stoked that they were talking about me, because
That's good.
Because I mean, my client was looked at. I mean, he's a very smart businessman, so he looked at every single option that was available. He looked at. He asked all the guys, and obviously our business mindsets work very, very similar.
Yeah.
And we're both extremely driven, so we work together really well, and we're really good friends now. And so
that's sick.
It just works better that we're together,
Yeah, that's how it should be. Got that business synergy.
And so. One sec.
No, you're good. I'm just like.
No, yeah. So it's like, we worked well together. So, and there's a bunch of other reasons I'm not gonna dive into, but it was just funny because he like told me, and I was like riding on an eco almost for like the next 24 hours till I blew a flat tire on my drive home.
The world's like, later. Nah, man, you ain't shit, dog. I'm about to pop your tire.
Yeah, I was like all high on like, oh shit, that was the wrong word. High on happiness and
You said ecstasy? Was that you about to say? What the fuck? Oh my god.
I was gonna say I was like ecstatic or something, but that came out wrong. But and so that was a little happiness, and so I don't know. It's like if people are talking shit about you in whatever business industry, it's probably because you're doing something they're not, and that means that if someone's talking shit about you, odds are they are wishing that they were in your spot, and talking you down makes them feel better.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
I'm the only one putting out content right now, and my socials are growing. I'm getting more engagement than ever. I got a video that almost hit 4K views. Actually, it might be at 4,000 views right now as we speak.
Let's get it. Flex on them.
I am going to check.
I need
3,986 views.
Almost.
Bro, this video popped off. Bro, it hit the explore page too.
Oh shit.
Like, I got 5,365 impressions from the explore page alone. 7,397 total.
I don't know how the explore page works at all. Like, I have no idea.
I don't know. I think like you catch the algorithm and then it just puts it on, and then it's like a domino effect. But like I put out a really good
right? Like the explore page is different for everyone.
I don't know, because I put out. You saw my last video, right? With my client like drifting and stuff. With Kyle drifting. That one, 118 DMs to other people. That's like a record for me. 422 likes as of now. This is like 1 or 2 days ago. This one day ago.
Wait, what do you mean?
But it didn't hit the explore page.
What do you mean 118 DMs? Like people reach out to you?
So
or
like
what?
if you go to insights on your post,
Yeah.
when you go to view insights,
Oh, you mean people that
there's
share,
a-
people that shared. That's what you're talking
yeah,
about.
people
Oh, okay,
share,
okay.
yeah, like they DM'd it to someone
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
So like a ton of people did it. So
Damn, I wonder how much shit I've shared, dude. I'm like that annoying friend that just shares hella memes and no one follows the meme
yeah, I
accounts.
know you send me like 10 things a day.
Yeah.
You send me like 10 things a day, and
I'm
half of
getting
them
way
I
better.
couldn't even see
I
the account.
I feel like I only like share like 1 or 2 things a day now, but like.
I'm trying to be off of Instagram more.
Yeah,
I'm trying not to
I literally
be
just,
on
I
it
literally just go
surfing.
on, like, I only go on for, like, I feel like 10, 20 minutes a day, but, like, the amount of shit that I just, like, I resend is just funny. Like, if it makes me laugh,
Yeah,
I'll
you,
just, like,
like-
resend it, because I'm just like, alright, whatever, fuck it.
But like that helps the algorithm.
Yeah.
So I swore that video was gonna catch the algorithm, but I guess not.
Yeah, I never know. It's just random, dude.
No.
Even the ones you think don't, like, literally when it comes to social media, the shit that you think is bad is, like, the best shit, and, like, when you think
I
it's
hated
perfect,
that,
you're like,
dude.
this
I was
is
just
getting
about to
views, like,
say
every
that.
time.
All the videos they put the most effort into marketing, editing, everything,
Yeah, they don't do good.
do shit.
Yeah.
And the video that you spent 5 minutes on, you were like half-assed just so you could get content out, blows up, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, literally.
Pisses me off.
Dude, like, yeah, the first video that I posted with, like, 1 million plus views was, like, one I edited until, like, 4 or 5 in the morning. And, like, I was like, dude,
Yeah.
I don't even know if I should put this out. Like, it was, like, a 4-minute video. I was like, this shit's, like... I mean, like... It wasn't really that bad, but I was just, like, so bored. I was just, like, putting random memes in the video. I was, like, just laughing at myself.
Was it like the montage one that got like 3.2
No,
million
no,
or whatever?
it was this kid that, like, I let use my gun. Like, for...
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like,
I never seen
people,
that one.
like, just like the, like, I guess, like, the genuineness of the video, I guess. But I was just, like, I didn't think of anything of it. I was like, oh, I just let him use a gun and I made some memes out of it. Like, and then people really liked it. So, you never know, dude. You just gotta post shit, dude. With most of the time. You know, you can't just shit post, but, like our podcast.
Yeah.
But, like, just kidding.
I got that late.
Yeah.
No, but and that's another podcast I want to do is content is king.
Yeah.
You gotta keep putting out content. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I tried doing the everyday thing. My engagement was slowly tapering off, so I went back to every other day.
Yeah.
And when I was at the track, I had terrible Wi-Fi when I was in Arizona, so I
Yeah.
couldn't post as
Dude,
much.
that podcast was cancer to edit. And actually, that one
Really?
wasn't that bad. The one we did after... No, wait. No, I was wrong. It was that one. Dude, because I forgot to
Dude,
wear
I feel
AirPods
bad.
the fucking whole first 30 minutes. So I had to, like, go through and, like, delete all of the shit I said. So sometimes you're, like, saying
Yeah.
shit to me and I don't respond because it's just so shit.
And the hard part is
Oh
because there's a
my.
3.5 second delay. When you can't merge it so
Yeah.
that's correct.
It's
because
either
you
wrong
hear
or
yours.
wrong. Like, you have to make it, like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
make it the least wrong. That's basically how it works. Like, it's...
That's the least.
It didn't
one.
turn out that bad.
That's
Like,
terrible.
I watched the whole thing over again, like, just for final, and it turned out pretty good.
How long was it?
It was like 50-something minutes. I don't
Because the
know.
odds of me watching it are slim to none.
yeah.
I gotta put out way too much video.
Yeah, it
so.
actually turned out way
I-
better than I thought. Like, it was, like, informative, but
Yeah.
I wasn't, like... I was like, editing it, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be shit. And then it was, like... I feel like when you don't try, it's, like, better.
Yeah.
I don't know. But...
I'm at the point where it's like I know that content is content, so as long as I don't say anything offensive or
Yeah.
inaccurate,
like,
I
fucked
don't
up,
really
yeah,
care about.
exactly.
I don't care about the content as
Yeah,
much,
exactly.
or like the quality, because in the end, we say funny shit on here, we say informative shit. Like I keep on my friends say, I need to go watch your
fuck.
podcast for inspiration. I'm like, hell yes, you do. And it's just like, you know, I'm like, I don't really care as much about like, you know, how nicely spiced it is or how the intro looks, as
Yeah.
long as it's like funny.
Yeah.
That's all I
As long as
care
people
about.
enjoy,
anyways.
like, that's all I care about, yeah. Like, dude, Cody,
Yeah,
Cody, Koza and Noel's, like, theirs isn't really that, like, special, per se. Like, it's not like they have a crazy
just say funny
set or
stuff.
have, like, crazy people on. Like, they literally don't even have guests, but they are just, like, the funniest ass people to watch. Like, I
Yeah.
love their fucking podcast. It's just, like, funny as shit. Like, you're just, like, that's just funny.
I love them. The only thing I don't like about their podcast is there's not a lot of energy. You know, like how we
Yeah.
like break down
Yeah,
laughing
you
and
have,
stuff
you
when
have
we're
to
like
like
pretty
their
loud.
you have to like their personalities a lot.
They're too mellow for me. That's why I like Impulsive so much, is because they have the energy
Yeah.
and like it gets me going. But like I can't sit there and watch a Tiny Meek, a TMG podcast.
Yeah.
I can watch the highlights because the highlights are funny.
Yeah.
But I can't sit down and watch a whole one. It's
Yeah.
just too mellow for me.
It's weird because, like, when I watch Impulsive, like, I'm more excited to watch the episode, But then when I get halfway through the Tiny Meat Gang one versus Impulsive, like I'm enjoying it the same. If that makes any sense. Like when I start getting into it, I'm like, okay, they're like funny as fuck, but like it's harder to click on them if that makes any sense.
Any podcast on YouTube I can't do while I'm editing or working because I just can't multitask.
It depends what I'm doing.
Like I don't know if I hit my head. I can't tell if I don't know if it's if I hit my head too many times, you know, from concussions or what. But like I cannot focus.
Yeah.
I was trying to write up. So last I think Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, last Sunday, I was testing new tires for Dunlop. They make tire. They're an American tire producer for motorcycles. So so they asked me to test out some new tire compounds. So today I was writing up the review, and it was like a fat, you know, email with all the details and stuff.
I was like,
and
fuck.
Yeah, dude, it took me about 45 minutes to write. And I was trying to watch a podcast meanwhile, and it's like I was like doing good, and then it got to the point like I can't focus. This is not happening. I gotta focus on this.
Dude, you ever see people that wear their
hats
hats
right
like
when
this?
we were supposed to start it.
Like just like straight under their eyes, like.
Say no more.
Bro, shit's old. I put mine back, but like. Like that shit, dude. I feel like some kids walk around like that. Like they're like, yo, what the fuck's good, dog? I'm like, what is that?
Back when I was like, God, I don't even know how old. This was probably 2011, 2012. My buddy Toby.
Dude, I don't remember any dates, dude. That's the one thing I can't remember any dates. Like
I remember years, not dates. No, he did a picture like that on FaceTime and I screenshot. It's been his profile picture for like 10 years.
Oh my god.
So.
Wait, so yeah, you want to jump in the topic because we kind of fucking.
Well, I want to cover something before we get into the topic because I'm gonna make them wait. Dude, your patch drop, how'd it go?
Yeah, so,
how's it going so far?
It did good.
Well, first of all, do you want to run anyone down who doesn't know what's going on?
Oh, so basically, long story short, this last Friday, May 15th, I posted a. I like released my new patches, right? Like I have some here.
Yep.
Like you know, patches. It's like Baby Yoda kind of thing. I don't know if it's gonna focus like this thing, like a patch, and then like a little avocado with the helmet. But they're like, you know, a mix of like fun, like slash like cute, trendy, like cool-ish. I don't know, just like a bunch of like different kinds of styles. And like
I like the Gun Addict one.
Yeah, that one actually sold the least best, but like I kind of understood that. But people love the Baby Yoda one, which I understand because Baby Yoda's pretty popping right now. The fucking boy.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that was the most seller because that trend kind of faded out.
Yeah.
So I was surprised when you did it because I was like, because with how long it took to produce them, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, because season 2 of what is it called, Mandalorian, like season 2, I don't even know what's gonna come out. It's like kind of it's been long, but they still are still. Hold on, Mandalorian season 2.
Oh yeah, I got my new laptop. I got my Dell. It's loud as shit.
Loud?
Yeah, the fan is loud as shit.
Oh, fall of 2020. Oh, so soon, right? Isn't it fall right now, or am I stupid? No, it's spring. It's spring. No,
it's summer.
No. Yeah, it's not even...
It's spring or summer?
I think it's summer. Because I know fall because I used to play water polo and we would have fall seasons. So it would be... that's like the early school year. That's when fall is. I know that. So we're in like summer. I don't even fucking know. Who gives a shit?
When does summer start?
Probably.
When does
I don't know.
summer start? June 20th? That's late.
Do you know what stuff is going to the dump?
Damn.
No idea.
Yeah, we're still in spring.
It just like it's not like I think it just was. I have no idea. It's like those buckets out there, right?
What?
It's like those buckets out there. I don't know. Call mom.
Is it outside?
No idea. I would call mom. Yeah, so what are you talking about? It's got fucking
patches drop.
Oh,
patches drop.
So yeah, so basically, yeah, so I released like 3 different patches. There was like a pack you could buy with like I made it 5 entries for a pack, and then there was like you could buy each one. Like I'll make this easier. I'll pull up actual. So you could buy all 3 of these, right? I don't know if it'll focus, but you'll get the gist of it. You could buy all 3.
Also, how many entries are you gonna get to that?
No, I'll get to. So yeah, so like a pack. So if you buy all 3, you get 5 entries, and it was like $30 with free shipping in the U.S. and like yes, and then there was if you buy like one of them, it was like $11.95 and then like free shipping, and then you get one entry. So I basically designed it obviously so that people wanted to get all three, because like it's more entries and it's like more cost efficient obviously. So they would save money if they bought all three, and it's like free shipping, and you get like 5 times the amount of entries obviously. And so yeah, so it did pretty good. It sold pretty good. The first day was pretty good, and then the second day it slowed down pretty heavily, but it was still like decent. And then the next 2 days, I'm on the 4th day right now. It's just been selling kind of like you know, give or take. And then, but I didn't sell out yet. But I think I'm gonna make the I think I'm gonna make an announcement this next video, and then I'm gonna make a deadline like another week or two, and then I'll just cut it off. But I sold enough so that I made my money back, if that makes any sense. Like the patches, I spent a lot on the patches. Obviously the guns, I ended up giving 3 guns away. I ended up giving 1,000. I have them right here. I don't know if you guys care about fake guns.
For each one?
5 for the patch pack, and 1 for the individual patch, or yeah, individual patches. I designed it so people would want to get the patch packs, because it's just like, I don't know. But
that's what I was saying. You need to change that so that more people pay for that. You know?
Yeah, but I'd rather just give them 1 for the, I don't know, I just like, because people can't really afford, sometimes they can't afford the more expensive one. But like,
yeah, no, I get that.
But yeah, so I gave away a huge, basically, I don't know if people care about guns, but it's just like a huge rifle, and then a little submachine gun, and those are both worth like 1,000 plus. And then I also gave away a pistol too, which is, I don't really know how much one's worth, somewhere between like 500 and like 1,000. I don't really calculate all the parts, because I spent like, I like custom made all the parts inside and stuff like that, so I don't really know how much that one's worth. But like, so basically, yeah, I gave away like, let's say like $3 grand ish of guns, and then obviously the patches were really expensive, and then obviously like the shipping and the packages, and then the adhesive like thermal things you put on the packages, the taxes, the fees, like, so I think I broke even right now. Like I'm pretty, like I didn't lose money, I think. I haven't really done any like super calculate stuff, but just from what I'm guessing, like I broke even at least, so like I'm not like fucked, you know, like I didn't lose out in like thousands of dollars or whatever.
Yeah.
So like that's good, and obviously people like the idea, so like it's like another like, okay, this might be like a good business move in the future.
Yep.
So I really like the idea, and I have some ideas. I don't really necessarily want to share, but like basically like I'm gonna try to be doing this more often, is my like consensus.
I would do it,
I guess you could say. Yeah, because it's like, people like it, it's fun for me to do it, and like, I could give away really cool stuff, so like, it'd be cool to get into like a little like, you know, groove of like, building guns and giving them away a lot and stuff like that. And I still probably offer like, you know, giving free stuff away too, so you don't have to spend money.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just something like extra if you want to do that. But it did pretty good. Like I'm pretty excited about the numbers, you know, like I didn't like lose money and shit like that, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna ask, and obviously you don't have to give specific numbers, but approximately, like, what's your ROI percentage, like based on how much it costs to make them and produce them, how much you think your return, like, percentage-wise, like, you think, like, over half?
I would have to, like,
do you double your money?
I would have to, like, do the math. I'll do it when it's over. I want to sell them all, and then I'll, like, figure it out, but, like,
I'm curious, because, are you gonna, do the same amount of inventory with different, like, you know, patch designs? Like, I'm curious how that's gonna work.
Yeah, like, it's definitely, the ROI on the patch pack is definitely better than like the single one. I wanted to offer,
obviously,
yeah, I wanted to offer the single one just because obviously if you couldn't afford the 30, there's like a $10-ish option.
Yeah.
And then the one thing that sucks there's 2 things that suck. So one, the actual patch packets and like the patches themselves, like they don't weigh that much. They like, at the very most with the packet and all the patches, it's like 1.1 ounce. And like they're charging me like $3 or more to ship it in the US, and then internationally they charge me like $13 to ship that shit. It's like not even, and even that's and it's the same shipping amounts for even the single patches. It's like,
are you doing free shipping?
In the US, yeah, but like the shipping on international is like $13, so I literally can't do free shipping, else I'll lose like a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it sucks because I want to offer not fucking $13 shipping, but like I literally was spending hours and hours and days trying to figure out like on all these forums and like going and messing with the settings and like trying to like reach out to people and like, dude, I don't know what the fuck is wrong, but like if I could figure
Yeah.
that out in the future, like that'll be so big. Because I feel so bad that people that bought like one patch for $10 and then their shipping was $13 fucking dollars, and I was like, it's a
Yeah.
fucking patch, dude. Why is it so expensive?
Yeah.
So that sucked.
Yeah.
But I made it so like those, obviously the single ones you don't make really that much money on, and then the patch pack is better because like you're shipping out the same container, give or take, and then it's like a little bit more patches, so it's like you sell more in the same like package, I guess. So it's a little bit better ROI. But
that's why I was telling you that you should like try and push to sell the pack more than the individuals, because I feel like that's
they sold way more. The pack sold way more.
That's good. That's good. That's good. And I feel like it's better value for people who are serious about
like
it.
If I were to, I like designed it as if I was going to enter it. Like like I looked at it and I was like, oh, I'd rather buy the patch pack, right? It's like not that much more. You get a way better deal, so many more entries. Like all the patches are pretty cool and like different from each other, so it's like might as well, right?
You need to make it a no-brainer, essentially.
Yeah. That's basically how I try to design it.
And honestly, for the next drop, you should consider overinflating the amount of entries. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, it's one for each of the individual ones, but if you... Oh, excuse me.
Oh, you mean like 10 for the pack and like 1 for the normal one?
Yeah, 10 for the pack and 1, so it's like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And then the overinflation makes it the same chance of getting, an entry.
No, I thought about that,
you just get more.
No, I thought about that.
How are you tracking all the entries? How are you tracking them for the giveaway?
So, like, I just take their names and I enter it into, like... I just take their name they use for the order, and then, like, depending on what they ordered... So I look at what they ordered, right? So it's like a patch. So I put their name in the system, and they, like... I won't go into too much detail at all, because I don't know if, like...
I'm just curious how you organize the numbers or their names so that when it randomizes and chooses one.
Yeah, so I basically, like, the very easy way is, like, I have a spreadsheet or a Google Docs or a software, whatever you want to call it, that, like, that, like, so basically if they order a patch pack, I take their name, copy and paste it into, like, a software wherever, and then, like, have, like, copy and paste, make sure it's 5 times, like, I check, like, fucking 3 different times to make sure they get their entries, and then also the single patch, I make sure that, they have the entry in there, and then I check it, like, when I'm doing my orders, I have, like, different stages of doing the orders, like, I check it each time to make sure they have the entry, like, basically I check, like, 2 to 4 times, like, 3 times on average to, like, make sure they have their entries in, and then, like, how much it is, obviously, but, and then at the end, I'll take everyone's names and then enter them into a random, name generator, and then it just picks one, depending on how much names are, or not a random name generator, but a random picker generator, whatever it's called. Yeah. And then depending on how many entries they have, like it's like their single line, so it obviously counts them all. And then, it just makes them have a better percentage of winning if they obviously order more, which that's how it works,
That's it. I wasn't really paying attention because I just zoned down and thought about how I fucked up the intro not recording when I explained how I had 2 burritos and talked about hot sauce. But that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's nothing crazy.
Are we jumping into the?
Shit.
I mean, you just need some sort of randomizer that it can't be rigged in any way,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I like triple check and like make sure like I test the software out a few times to make sure it's like actually random, and then
All right, you wanna know what's fucked? This world is so fucked.
This world?
I have to drink out Dasani. This shit is fucked.
Is that bad or what?
Do you know how rough this is? My life is going downhill.
Do you usually drink the Fiji water, you fucking bitch? I didn't think I've ever had that.
I'm wiser.
Geyser?
I've never had Fiji, but you know how like
brand?
okay, I don't fucking get people who are like I can't drink Dasani, it tastes different than Sparkletts.
Dude, if water is cold,
and then
Fiji is time.
Oh yeah. I don't taste the difference with water. I'm sorry. If you do, I don't understand.
I can taste the difference.
You can tell me that.
You know why? You know what?
I
went hiking one time. Well, same hike a few different times, but one time we hiked to the very top when it was like snowy, and like where we camp is like in this little lake area, and then like you could see the snow from where we camp. It's like fucking cold as shit. But we went up the actual fucking mountain where it snows, and then we took like bags of water from the mountain that it was like melting. That shit was fucking one water, dude. We had that in our fridge for like a month after that shit slapped. I woke up every morning, I was like, I can't wait to drink my heaven water, dog.
Do you
Because it was straight from the heavens.
do you know? See, so you know Grant Cardone?
Yeah.
I was watching some video about him. I don't even remember what it was, but he was basically it was a 10-minute rant from his like him on his iPhone or something
Dude,
or
I
some
love
camera.
when fucking rich
He's
people
walking
rant.
around
It's the
this.
funniest shit. Like honestly.
No, it was so funny, and it was it was basically a 10-minute deal of him walking around this mansion that he rented in like Aspen, Colorado for two weeks, like massive, probably like $10 million like log cabin mansion. There's like a stream running outside. There's snow everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's walking around talking, and every like minute and a half, he'll be pointing the camera at him. He'll go down, take a handful of snow, and eat it, and then like swallow it and throw the rest down. And it goes scrolling on the comments like, anyone else notice him just eating snow? And then the top response to that is like, he's rich. He can eat as much. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He can eat as much snow as he wants.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I do the same
facts.
shit. I love fucking snow. Like when I go,
I do too.
If it's like obviously not fucking yellow or it's like in a clean spot, dude, I'll fucking eat snow all day long.
Yeah. I had slight anxiety the first time I went snowboarding, and I don't know why, but like I wanted to puke, so I kept eating the snow
Like,
so that
water.
I'd like not dry out my throat.
Dude,
Yeah, dude.
when I was younger, I used to eat hella ice.
A little bit of paint.
I used to eat ice. That's maybe why I like ice so much. Like, dude, in college, in our fucking dorm room, my freshman year, there was no ice maker like anywhere. So the only time I could get ice
you're saying
was
you
like from
get...
like the cafeteria. So I would go up and fill up a fuck ton of ice in like these things and just be like chilling for like 2 days, kind of. But
I remember you at the beginning of this before we started recording, you kept saying how much you want to get an ice machine for the apartment.
and then like. Yeah, my sophomore year we still didn't have an ice, like we just had like the ice trays, and then now in my house we still, or not my house but my parents' house, we still have the ice like you just fill them up and put, but dude, that's such a luxury, just like ding 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 fucking some ice, you know, that shit's so sick.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like that.
Alright, so
it's so stupid.
Alright, funny story about ice. So I've been in the desert for like 8 days. That's where I filmed the last episode.
Yeah.
And it was weird because it was like hot and dry, so obviously the ice is gonna melt in my cooler. So I kept procrastinating to get ice. It turns out they have literally this giant chest full of ice, and they got a giant scooper.
Yeah.
Ice
have you ever been to like Olympic pool? Like they always, or like a big ass like college pool, they always have those ice makers. Like I used to work at a UOP, if you guys are familiar, in Stockton, because that's where I lived. Like that's the main college in Stockton. It's called UOP, like University of Pacific, and like I used to kind of be on the swim team for like a little bit. Like it was like a private but I kind of quit really fast. It was like kind of, I don't know, but. They used to have this ice maker for like the college kids, and I used to like steal so much fucking ice, dude. Cause it's made for like shoulder pads of ice for like, you know, being sore and like your muscles and shit. But I used to just eat that shit. It was probably disgusting, but I just ate that shit. Yeah. That's my dream, dude. When I get rich, I'm just gonna have an ice maker in my house, like one of those huge ass.
So at the racetrack, when it's really hot, all the athletes will have like the trash can filled with ice, just an ice bath to cool them off. I don't know. Like I'm curious to find out more about like what like the scientific like benefits of an ice bath is. You know.
It's like.
Give me one.
It like wakes you up, like your nervous system. Like I know some successful people that like they like to take cold showers in the morning, and it's supposed to like wake you up, your body and your mind up, because it's like obviously not comfortable. So it's like I think it's a nervous system thing. I could be really wrong, but like there's like definitely benefits of like a cold shower, a cold bath, or I know for athletes when they like for like I don't know, like random. I'm just gonna name off like, you know, football, soccer, baseball, or like swimming, whatever. Like they have these like ice baths sometimes afterward, because it's like it helps not make your muscles as sore. I think. Like if you have a super hard workout and then you take an ice bath, I think it's supposed to like not make you sore. I forget.
I think it's supposed to like loose. Jesus Christ, my dog is noisy.
He's like,
no, I think it's supposed to like. No. Oh, dude, God, you're spraying everywhere.
Speaking
Well,
of dogs,
so if you when you come down here, you can come over
Yeah.
and meet her, and you probably stay.
I need to meet Indigo.
Also, side note, real quick, this is unrelated to the podcast. I need to find time this week to go and see if I can tour
Oh,
that
yeah,
apartment
yeah.
complex that we were talking
Will
about.
it?
And then I'll FaceTime you.
Are you trying to look at it from the outside, or are you trying to like call it to get an actual tour?
No, I'm getting
Okay.
a full tour so we can see. Because if we're gonna look at doing it, I want to make sure that it's something that I actually
Yeah,
want
live
to,
in- yeah,
put
yeah.
as a backup or whatnot. So I want to make sure that it checks
Yeah.
out. So I'm gonna look at the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
but yeah, God, my dog is so fucking needy. Give me a second. So when I was filming, we were in Wilcox, Arizona. It's like this small town that's like an hour east of Tucson. And when we were there is when they reopened the state. So we went to dinner at a restaurant in town. And it was like the first time it was open. They had they had just opened. It was this like Mexican restaurant. And we went in, same deal as you. It was like us, all the white people who were just sitting down eating dinner. And you look around, and there's some other people from the track who worked there, and then there's just a bunch of like locals, cowboy hats, the
it's sick.
plaid stripe
I bet
button down
that food
shirt that's
slapped,
tucked in.
Too.
It was
Yeah.
pretty good. So I have a bunch of business cards for my business, and it says CEO, cinematographer, creative director, and then burrito enthusiast. So I took a video
you
of
showed
that,
me.
and then I showed to the burrito. I'm like, I approve,
Yeah.
or whatever it was. So.
Yeah, I went when I was like airsofting, and I used to go to this field because one of my buddies was a ref there, and he showed us like this Mexican restaurant, and damn, I don't remember the area. Was like
LA
fuck,
or?
hold on. No, it was kind of close to LA. Hold on, it's like Santa something, Santa some.
Santa Ana.
Kind of close to
Isabel?
there. Hold on, SoCal. Let me
Santa
see.
Maria.
Santa Paula. And it was
I
like
don't know what the fuck that is.
it's like Paula. Santa
Well, I
Paula.
assume that's what Paula is. Santa Paula?
Yeah, and it's like Santa Paula, and it's like inland more. It's like where my friend kind of lives and stuff, and he took us to like this like Mexican restaurant that's right by the field because he obviously works there, and like dude, when you don't
interesting.
understand each other, like when it's like we don't understand. I guess like some of the people I was with like they spoke Spanish, I think if I remember right, but like.
Yeah.
Dude, when they can't understand you like directly, that's when you know the food's about to slap.
Bro, oh my god, okay. Hold on
Like when
one
it's
second.
not their first language, dude, that's when you know they're sick.
I gotta interject real quick. One of the
Yeah,
coolest
like, if I
stories
go
ever.
to,
This
like,
was.
yeah, keep going.
I'm not kidding. Okay, so let me fucking talk real quick. So I think this was 2017. It was my last year racing. I remember this kid flew out from Spain to race with us, and he didn't speak very much English.
Yeah.
And I was just fresh off of Spanish 5-6 at high school. And bro, I laid down the lines on this guy, and you should have seen the smile on his face. He's like, dude, this guy speaks Spanish. Bro, I told him I was the dude that rode in the blue and green suit, and he was like, bro, I totally get you, dude. And I was just like,
Yeah.
fucking, I was on another world, bro.
Yeah,
I
that's,
felt
it's
like
like
a professional.
It's like if you were like spoke like English only, and you went to you went to Mexico, and then there's like one kid that speaks English, you're like, oh dude, like I could like talk to them. Like it's like the same
Yeah.
shit.
Mhm.
Or like like any other
Yeah.
like foreign place other than like the U.S. or like like England or some fucking shit. But like yeah, it's crazy. But dude, dude, I didn't learn shit in Spanish. That was my least favorite class, dude. So my Spanish class too, like I was like raised in Stockton, so like we didn't have like just white people. Like where I live now, it's like so many fucking white people, man. Pisses me off. But anyway, like there's like a whole bunch of like it's pretty even. I would say it's like 30% Hispanic, like maybe 20-30% white, and like 30% like African American or like 10% Asian, like something like that. Like it was pretty like even.
Title of this video: Cameron breaks down the race population of his hometown.
Yeah, no, but I should research it because I kind of don't know. It's about like that was
I'd be
like, my
curious to
high
find
school.
out.
Like it was like about
Yeah.
like it was like pretty like it was pretty like diverse, at least for like what fucking Santa Cruz is all white people. But like
Yeah.
But so like I had this Spanish class, and I was like one of the, I think it was like maybe me and like one other, maybe a few other people were like actually like like not, it wasn't like we were like just white as fuck, like we didn't know any Spanish, and like dude, I was the worst, because I'm dyslexic. Like, English is hard enough for me. Dude, learning fucking Spanish, dude, like, holy, like, that shit was AIDS. Like, and then the worst part was the first year too, but worse the second year. Like, because we had to take Spanish 1 and 2 to graduate high school. And, like, you could take 3. It was, like, recommended to take 3 to get into college. And I was like, fuck that shit. Like, I'm not taking 3 years. I'd rather kill myself. But, like, it's not even, like, Spanish is such a good skill to know, but, like, dude, I just couldn't do it. And I, like, forgot all of it. I forgot everything. I don't even know one word anymore. But, like,
I remember the basics.
Dude, but literally, like, the second year we were, like, I had Spanish is, like, dude, we had to do every, like, few weeks, we had, like, a verbal, like, presentation or something like that in our class. Dude, I was the whitest fucking kid ever in that class. Because I was like, dude, blonde hair, blue eyes. Like, I did swimming sports. Like, I was like the whitest fucking kid you could possibly have. And dude, everyone just like, this fucking kid does not know what he's doing. And like, it was like the worst shit. I remember every day, like every time we had, dude, I just like, because I hate like public speaking, especially in Spanish, like, oh my god, dude, I was like shitting my pants every time, and I was like, I hated that so much. Like, I hated that, like, because I was so bad at it, and like, everyone knew, like, all right, here's the fucking white kid coming out to speak in this fucking presentation. It was just bad, but.
All right, I'm gonna interject. Funny, we got only a little bit longer, so we should really get started on our actual topic.
Yeah,
of
topic.
This video.
So Airrack is how you pronounce it, right?
Airrack.
Yeah.
Airrack. All right, so if you don't know who this guy is, he's blown up over the past like month.
Yeah.
He's a dude who does a bunch of crazy shit. He likes sneaking into things, and he's very, very good at it somehow.
Yeah. So some numbers, like, just real quick before you keep going. Some numbers is like, so in January 2020, he was doing like 12K a month views, and he had 360 subscriber gang. And then boom, right in February, he had almost 90,000 subscriber gang and like 2.2 million views. So he blew up in like a month.
Yeah,
basically.
and part of this is, do we need to stop?
No. I was just like, my phone is about to die, but we're fine.
-2. Part of this is due to the fact that he's very good at utilizing other creators to his advantage. So, the big thing that kind of set him off was, there are two things. One, he doubled as David Dobrik's double.
Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention much to that, so I don't know much about that one. But the other thing that really set him off was the fact that he snuck into Jake Paul's fight to ask Logan if he can be on his team, on the Maverick team. And it was kind of like the kickstart to everything, because after that, Logan started recognizing him. And then he started showing, I think, what happened? What was the thing about him showing up to the dude's house? I don't know what happened.
Oh, I know, the only really stuff I've seen, because I've only seen like 2 or 3 things about him, but yeah, what we want to talk about is like, yeah, he's just really good with influencers, but like, I think Logan was like pissed off that he was like doing that. Obviously, like, David Dobrik was probably pissed off, like Logan Paul was probably pissed off, Jake Paul was probably pissed off, and then like, eventually now, like, I saw, I think it was a Logan's video or something like that. Like, he didn't seem like he hated the kid anymore. Like, you know, he like kind of like got in. He like kind of, they don't care anymore, basically.
So he was pissed off because he randomly showed up at Logan's house.
Oh, that's what.
And Logan was like, he was getting mad. He's like, you need to leave. Then he came, and so Logan Paul, if you don't know, he was selling his $90,000 Mercedes-Benz couches. They're like made of concrete or some shit like that.
But he was selling them for like 15 or like 20K at the most. Like,
it was 17K. He sold them for. He was trying to sell them for 20. Sold them for 17.
Yeah.
And so Airrack, this Eric dude, bought them. And he made this series of him selling the couches, and they're doing 6 figures in views, and he's doing really good. And so we kind of wanted to dive into just his stunt of growth, and just kind of like why he blew up, how he blew up, you know. And there's another channel that does some similar stuff that I want to bring up, but the kid's smart. He's very smart. He's got the energy and the talent to go far, and I think he's already
really
shown
knows
that.
what he's doing. Yeah.
I think he's up to like, let me see. I think it was like 205,000 subs.
No, so he has 344,000 subscribers. The last 30 days, he had 180,000 subscriber gang. So pretty much like half his subscribers came last month.
Oh wow!
And also
he's at 344.
6.55 million for the last, or views in the last 30 days too. So
he's got
the last like few months, literally the last 2 months, he's blown up like a lot.
Yeah, 1.9 mil on his first episode of Buying the Couches, and 1.6 on the one where he fought Jake Paul.
Yeah, that one was. I watched Tanner Fox's video of that, and dude, he got.
I didn't watch Tanner Fox's one, but
dude, Jake Paul was like, that's the only one I watched, but Jake Paul was like drunk, I think, and dude, he actually like beat the fuck out of him.
Oh
I
yeah,
kind
he
of
totally
felt bad,
did.
dude. He kind of like fucked him up. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, the fucking dude was bleeding.
Yeah,
Dude,
but it was worth the views.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's been getting views for a while. He started, I guess that was 3 years ago. 10 months ago is when he really started.
No, he certainly
everything.
blew up in the last 2 months. He wasn't getting views before that. Like.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, and probably most of that's just people binging what he was doing before. But, it was the sneaking into Jake Paul versus Give Us Fake Reporter one was the one where he really blew up. That's the first one. Because I remember watching the one after his Fake the Zone reporter interviews Logan Paul. And that's the one where Logan really figured it out.
Yeah,
then,
like he had some cool ideas before that. I'm looking now. Like he had some like 6 months ago that were good. But I don't know if that's they were popular 6 months ago or now they're popular because people went and watched them now.
I think it's most people went back and watched all his videos because he doesn't have a ton. So then he did the David Dobrik one. Yeah, then you did the David Dobrik one, which I watched. But I watched from
he only has like 33
Edmund
videos up right now.
Mondi.
Yeah, I watched that one. I watched that one.
Isn't that one.
That's how you met David, right? I think.
Yeah, that's how you met David.
I never watched anything else besides that
David's
one.
pissed off at him, but
Well, he's probably used to it, that shit, but I don't know.
Yeah.
No, he's not pissed. It's just like, all right.
Yeah. But yeah, so, and then the last 4 videos is when everything really popped off, and so that's when the whole couch series took off, but, so...
Yeah. But yeah, he's like he's like, these influencers, I was like, okay, so he realized, like, okay, Logan was selling his couches, no one's gonna fucking buy the couches, but he's like, okay, maybe I could use that for content, and he knows he's gonna get views from them to pay off the couches, and I think you said he was selling them to other people, which is okay, he already made his money back, whatever, but like...
No, he's nowhere near gonna make his money back.
But, no, he, like, literally in the first video probably made some of his money back, like...
Oh
was,
yeah,
like,
through ad revenue, yeah, definitely.
But he knew that already. He had a chance to do that, so it's like it's a worthy investment. And then obviously, Logan Paul wouldn't talk to the kid unless he bought his couches, right? So he showed up. Yeah. He showed up like not knowing that. I think the story was he didn't know that it was him buying the couches. So when he showed up, he was like, "Oh god damn it, this fucking kid."
Yeah, he's
but
like,
he
dude,
did buy the couches, so that's why he was kind of like.
And I love it.
Yeah, so like he kind of found out what Logan was requiring for them to be more like, you know, talk, like for them to even talk, but like yeah, he's smart on that. And then obviously Jake Paul, who the fuck would want to box Jake Paul when he's drunk, and you know this kid obviously has no boxing experience, so he pretty much literally got the shit beat out of him. So like I mean, that video did really well, so now he's kind of in on the Jake Paul, you know, so he's like kind of getting in on all these people. He's tapping into different markets here and there, and I'm sure that he's going to show up in their vlogs too. So it's mutually beneficial because content's content. Yeah, exactly, yeah. They're like, who the fuck is this kid, right?
Yeah, and it's really smart on his deal, and so one of the things I want to touch on is actually another channel that's the British version of what he does. So a lot of the things is he's sneaking into places. You know, he snuck into the Jake versus Gibb fight. He snuck into a FaZe event to give Offset his own cereal, you know. He snuck into Antonio Brown's property, you know. There's another dude who did his on a much bigger scale, and he's British. Zach Alsop. He doesn't have as many followers because he stopped making videos, but he's the guy, and you probably have seen him. Let me pull it up. He snuck into the Conor McGregor Mayweather fight and the backstage. And he, like, that's what he blew up on, you know, like 1.9 million views. You know, that is the kind of, he's kind of the one who kind of started that sneaking in trend. And so, I wouldn't say that Airrack copied him, but Zach definitely did it first and on a bigger scale.
Like, you can get hella in trouble for doing that shit too.
Oh yeah.
Obviously you don't have to do it to get views. So it's like, I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing that, but I mean, if it works for you, like, fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, shit, you do you want to, but he's very good at it, surprisingly. So I've seen a lot of his stuff. So, and I mean, and then sneaking in leads to more followers and leads to different kinds of content, and then after that it's just a domino. Alright, so so Zach, give me a sec.
Very good. Alright, here we go. There we go. Oh, you can talk.
But yeah.
If you want, I'm like ready.
Yeah, I know. I zoned the hell out.
Oh,
My bad.
You're good.
And I got distracted by a new Impulsive episode, which I'm still catching up on because I was gone in the middle of nowhere, Arizona, for a week with barely any signal. So, no, yeah, but I mean, Airrack is one of the rare examples where, and I think he's just really smart with how he played his videos. He found the connections he had and what he needed to do to get those connections so that he could blow up, essentially. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to grow and he'll be one of the next big creators, and he already is. So
yeah, exactly.
So I don't know if there's anything you want to add on that or any more numbers you want to run or any thoughts, because we didn't really touch a ton on that, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, he's certainly kind of like going towards more of the like prankster kind of personality, like doing crazy shit, like kind of YouTube channel, and those are kind of hard to keep like get going, like once you start getting views then it's a little bit easier because a lot more people be inclined to watch you. But like I think he's in a good place, like every video now is gonna get maybe a few 100,000 views if they're like good, if it's a good video. So he's in certainly a good place right now, even if he didn't collaborate with any creators ever again. Like he's in a good place now that like his views would be good enough so he could grow on his own. So just just like a few videos, obviously, like between like 2 to 5 videos of like getting the like heavy like audience gang from collaborating with Jake Paul, Logan Paul, David Dobrik, kind of like then he's kind of set now. So it's kind of crazy to see the power of like those people's audiences, like coming over to his channel and like supporting him.
Well, and it's also like now, like even I'm falling into that sort of is where like people are now starting to watch him for him. They know that when he puts that video, it's gonna be good, and it's gonna be exciting. He's got the charisma and the energy to make it, do really good. So it's like, I just wanna. Am I even followed him? I don't know if I am.
Yeah, I saw
Eric
like
Damblezerian. What's this?
What?
I don't know why that popped up. Whoa! Sneaking into Damblezerian's. Oh, never mind. Did he sneak into Damblezerian's party? That's exciting.
Did he?
I guess so.
I don't see it anywhere on his channel.
Did he?
I don't think so. It's on his channel.
He must have taken it down. He must have taken it down.
He probably took it down.
But yeah, so I'm not subscribed to him. I'm on 10%. That's fantastic. So I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting phenomenon that's going on. He's doing some really cool stuff. So yeah.
Wait, so what? So you went on a trip recently, right? Like, so you said you learned a lot of like, and you said you had some questions for me too. So I had some questions for you too. Like, what did you learn? Like, you said you learned stuff on your trip. Like, you would like evolved your like filming skills, right? With that kind of like scene. So what happened? Like, what really happened in your trip that like helped you learn?
So.
Or what did you learn?
I briefly touched on it, and it was like we were working on a digital school for one of my clients. A digital curriculum, because obviously quarantine, you can't go and do much outside. So it's an online digital curriculum for you to learn while you're at home. And so this was the first time that I've ever worked with a legitimate crew. I had a dedicated IT assistant. I had a dedicated sound guy. I was the official director, but we coordinated a content director. I was the creative director. They told me what they visioned, how they wanted it, and then I figured out what shots were best to get it. And obviously they had a little input with some shots and such, but this was the first. Oh yeah, I do have a question I want to ask you. This is the first time that I've had to work with people who are more skilled than I am, because I've always been a one-man show. I've always been, the lone wolf. I would say, okay, I'm gonna go and do this myself because only I can trust myself to do it. It's the first time I've been like, okay, you are better than I am at sound. I'm gonna let you go and do your thing, and I'm gonna sit back and watch you do all the hard work for me. So I still obviously manned the cameras and stuff, but it was like an interesting experience, learning how to basically be a director. So this is something I wanted to ask you too. Thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah.
I recently, as of yesterday, got an offer to direct a movie.
Ooh.
And basically what it is I'd be going out to a race, most likely back in Wisconsin, third time this year. God damn. I think I'm busy that round. Dude, that track just wants me to go there. No, and basically I would be filming this 2-day event, and I have to make an hour and a half long movie out of it. And I want to get your opinion on if I should do it, because what he's asking is that I have to basically get the best equipment there, best sound, best video. He said my coloring was off from the last video, but I don't understand what he meant by that, so I'm gonna need clarification.
Coloring is off?
Most likely I'm gonna basically my thinking is that I'm going to have to make a giant budget for them, because I'm not gonna get in details, but they have money. If you're in the car and auto racing industry, you have money.
If you're racing, you have fucking a lot of money.
If you're racing cars, you have money.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a privateer when it comes to car racing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to create a giant budget for them. I'm gonna have to hire cameramen, because there's no way I could do it all on my own. I have a sound. I'd hire the same IT and audio guy as my last one from last week. And then I had to get them all out to, I have to get them all out to Road America, Toronto, wherever it is. And then I'd have to spend the 2 days working my ass off to get all the shots, all the audio, all the sound,
2
everything.
days?
It's a 2-day event.
Damn. That's pretty hard.
I don't understand how you can cram enough footage from 2 days into an hour and a half long movie.
Yeah, that's hard.
Like, if it's a season, that's a lot easier
That's
and a lot better.
That reminds me, I have a friend that's a PD, and dude, the amount of hours they squeeze into like these budgeted times on sets, dude, it's stupid. Like, they're like, oh, we have this set for 30 hours in 2 days. Like, we have to fucking shoot this. We have to get the shots in the 2 days, or we're fucked. Like, it's crazy. Like, that whole like movie directing, movie creating culture is it's crazy, man. It's
so
fucked.
Yeah, exactly, and it's like, I have no desire to be a director. This is not my path. I don't want to be a guy who commands a crew and does these crazy things. I like, creating my little mini video series for my clients and traveling the world and, making all these social pieces and really perfecting my skills and doing all these like commercials for businesses and whatnot. I don't have a desire to make a movie. I make my documentary series, but that's with all of my footage, and I have my full creative control. And it's just like, what I want to ask you is like, is this something I should tackle, or should I say no? Because especially in business, it's very important to be able to say no to something. Just because you get an offer doesn't mean you should accept it.
Yeah.
And it comes down to like, what is the value for this? Like, what amount of money am I willing to do it for? And on top of that, I also am going to be this is mid-season, so I'm going to also be working. This is probably weeks and weeks of editing, to make sure it's perfect.
So you're editing the whole thing? Would they be open to editors, or do you want to edit the whole thing?
Well, so they have another guy who they got a quote from, and it would probably be some joint operation where I edit portions, he edits portions,
How much,
whatever.
are you allowed to talk about how much they're paying him for editing?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the numbers on that.
Okay, so things I wrote down real quick when you're talking. Because are you so is that your question, or do you have like more details?
Well, I just don't know if this is something that's worth me doing, because it's a lot of time, it's a lot of money, and C, I don't even know if this is something I really want to do. The only reason I'm considering it is just for the experience, to say I directed a movie.
Yeah.
And I have no desire to really do it, just because it's not a career choice for me. But at the same time, if money was not an object and time was not an object, do I want to put the stress on myself? Because I know, well, the fact that my client was like that the editing and the sound was not correct in the last one, but they never told me. So I don't know necessarily what is correct because I thought my stuff was fine. So I need more of an accurate, what do I need to change on that stuff so it's better? Like, sound okay. I'm running on like $100 setup. It's budget, okay? I totally get that. Like, if you need me to have a wireless mic set up, my sound guy can cover that. We have 3 of them.
Yeah.
So it's just like I don't know if it's worth it to me,
Yeah. It's okay. So yeah. So I guess from what I kind of wrote down too is like, well, the first question I have is like a question to you is like, before I get into like what I think, what's the worst that could possibly happen from this situation?
I spend a ton of time and effort. Scenarios or like, what's the worst thing that could happen? Like, doing because the worst thing that could happen is I go to all the effort to film and edit, and then I lose all the footage. Like,
Well, like not like that. I'm talking about like if everything goes to plan, your footage doesn't it just like works out like it's going to.
The worst thing would be that they are not happy with the footage and the content, or I do not have enough to make a long video, a full-fledged movie.
But
I think that's the worst thing to happen, and I think part of the reason that I'm a little hesitant is just because my big thing is I don't want to have to change my editing style or my editing coloring or sound or any of that for what they want. I want people to hire me for my style and just say, we like what you do. You go do you. We just need it to be a long movie. I would rather that than saying we need a full professional, Netflix grade film with this, and this, and this.
Yeah.
And we want you to be able to do all that. I want someone who's going to be like, well, we like your style. We know that you have the capabilities of doing great things, or whatever it is. We want you to make this film. We want it to be your style, And I've had people come up to me as like, we like your style. We want you to make a video with your style.
Yeah.
So that's like my dilemma right now. And also the fact is, I don't know if I'm able to take it on.
Yeah. So
straight up.
Yeah. So like, I guess I have a little bit of like. So when I did that again with the real estate videography thing, like when I moved to school, like I never shot a house before. I never knew what I was doing at all. Like I was working with like we were trying to like, have a budget for like supercar rentals for the house. It was like a $3 or $4 million house. Like I was working with like real estate agents that like I never met. Like it was like I literally was meeting up with strangers to go shoot a house I've never been in. I've never done any like it was like unknown. But I did it because I thought it would be like a good doorstep into like a new like industry, which I was right. It was worth it, and I ended up even getting paid and shit like that. Like, but in my opinion, it was worth it because like I got a lot of experience. I like realized, like the what I could do or not. So I think for you, like I wrote down like I mean, it's obviously important to get out of your comfort zone and do stuff you don't want to do because you could do it all.
100%.
You could do it all and be like, oh shit, like maybe so maybe you don't like it, but maybe you'll make some contacts later that like, okay, well this guy like he definitely has good, he has some directing skill and like PD skills. Like, what if like we hired him for like a PD position in a film later on? Like, you'll just make connections doing this, and then like obviously like the money too. Like if they have a big budget too, like I mean if like they're willing to pay you like a lot of money, that could be a factor too. And also like just the experience too of like doing a movie and stuff too. Like for me it was mostly the experience for the real estate stuff, but like you, it's like that's a whole different like realm that you've never like really tried before. And like what if you do it and you really like it? Like you don't really know, and it's like, or you could get something out of it, like some kind of experience with like either directing or shooting that like you didn't have before that would be worth the stress. Because I know that's like really stressful like situation. Like even from like hearing it from like 2 days to shoot a whole movie and like you've never directed before, like that sounds like fucking scary. But it's like, if it were me, I'd probably do it just for the experience. And like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Like, okay, we don't end up making it. Like that's okay. Like it's just like experience. So like, personally, me, I would do it. But like, for you, I would just think about like, if it's like cutting off with other races and stuff, like that's a big problem too. Like if you're having to like move other shoots, but like if you can do it and you have enough time and like you're not gonna die of stress, like I would just do it just for the experience and like connections and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing is because it's in a different industry. That's one other reason why I'm like so keen on like looking into it. The other thing is, I don't even know if I have the time. like straight up, like there's a chance I don't have the updated schedule, so there's a very high chance that I may just be out of luck. Like all of the, because I am 100% committed to Moto America, and any dates that aren't committed, conflicted with Moto America, I'm doing flat track.
Because you're on contracts,
I'm gonna be fully booked. I'm 100% on contracts. One
so
is
you kinda can't,
I'm literally finalizing my second premier slot contract this afternoon with the factory top line team, and I'm pumped. It's been months in the making, bro. I sent it January 15th, and it's finally getting done.
Let's go.
So I'm pumped on that.
Sick.
I'm just
Congratulations.
looking up. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So
yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can find the schedule there. Lamborghini Squadra Corsa, because I'm curious. I want to see.
But what? Wait, so is the film all? Did they like specifically tell you what they wanted yet, or you just know it's a film?
There we go.
Like, do they want interviews? Do they want like? I don't know what they want.
They want interviews. They want everyone mic'd up so we can hear the
racing,
the audio during the sessions.
Yeah.
Like they want a full-fledged production. I can't do that myself, so I'm definitely gonna have to. So let's see. I'm just gonna check this and shut you up. Oh, I'm on 3%. That's fantastic. Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap this up.
Yeah.
So let's see. August 6th through the 8th, I am in Pittsburgh for Moto America. September 4th through 5th. I'm in Springfield. Actually, that might change. I'm supposed to be in Springfield for flat track. October 2nd through 4th. Oh, hey, I'm free. Wow. I could be at Watkins Glen. The 23rd through 25th of October. Wow, I'm free for that too. I can be in St. Petersburg. That's a street circuit too. And in Sebring is November 13th through 15th, which, I mean, I'm sure I'm free. I don't know when, yeah. So, I don't know. I still got a lot to figure out. But it's definitely something that I'm, like, thinking about and figuring out. Because I got the directing experience from last one, so that helped a lot. And obviously, knowing your team is going to help a tremendous amount. But it's just, you know, figuring out if this is worth my time, it's worth the budget, you know, if I can pull it off.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's like, I think knowing you and knowing like I think you could pull it off. It's not a matter if you could pull it off or not. I just think it's like, are you willing to go with that stress? Or like, I know you don't want to necessarily be a director, but like, you never technically know unless you've done something, right? Like,
yeah.
So I don't know.
And it's also about just the connections of being in the kart racing industry that it's like really important to me.
Like if you pull that off, dude, you're gonna have so much people like calling you and shit, like. And then that's when you could be like, okay, I'm not going to do more movies, but you have the option to, right? Like, and people.
Yeah. So and we don't have a set number too. I really have to research and see how much is it going to cost for them at each round. You know, blah blah blah. So hopefully this will pan out.
Yeah,
so,
and I think money. I wouldn't worry about money wise. Yeah, I think you could certainly charge more than your than motorcycle like videography, and if it's a movie, like if they're. I don't know what 100%. They're planning on doing with the movie. If they're planning on monetizing it or selling it to somewhere, like you could charge a lot of money.
I'm not sure because I think it's just for sponsors, but
yeah, probably.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but still, you could charge that'll probably be fine. But it's just the stress and shit too. Like, yeah,
it's just gonna be a tremendous thing.
A lot of work. Yeah.
Anyways, all right, let's. I'm gonna wrap it up here because my phone's about to die and I gotta get back to editing.
Yeah,
so
I got shit to do too.
I hope you guys enjoyed this very, very odd and exciting podcast episode from today. I'm sorry that I fucked up and you had to miss the beginning, but we threw in some highlights of Cameron blabbering on to me who you can't hear. So, if you like to definitely subscribe because we're gonna. Last week we slacked.
Yeah. We were just like so fucking busy, and then the Wi-Fi.
Well,
dude,
you had your drop.
Dude.
I had no Wi-Fi, so it was a mess.
Like we kept cutting in and out and shit, and it was like it just sucked. Like it was like, I mean, some weeks this is like entrepreneurship. Some weeks you just can't make it happen, but like, yeah.
We're trying to keep it three a week if possible. So we'll try and keep accurate with it, but yeah. Fucking subscribe.
Yeah, follow us, turn on post notifications. I mean, we're young entrepreneurs. We're documenting our journey through this kind of podcast shit. If you guys want to stay updated on our journey, follow our socials. This has been Cameron Wagner, and
Great fan.
Yeah, and
Peace.
we're the Dropouts. We dropped out of college, so you don't have to. See you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Yeah. Alright.
There we go.
Alright.
That's how you know.